Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. So, my friend Christian is doing reviews on the Godzilla series, and I will be helping him out with reviewing the first one, Gojira, and the one from 2014. So, all in all, I really enjoyed watching this classic monster movie. It's definitely one of the most iconic ones ever made. I'll admit, I'm not the most die-hard Godzilla fan, and I haven't seen all the movies, but I still have a great appreciation for how iconic Godzilla is. One of the things I like is the foreboding sense of dread that's constantly felt throughout the film. This movie takes things very seriously, and Godzilla is treated as no joke, whereas later entries in the series definitely became more comical, and Godzilla became much less of a threat. In the film, Godzilla is mentioned to be a product of the atomic bomb, which is because of the real-life atomic bomb that was dropped on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So, there's definitely some real world basis here. Godzilla sort of being a metaphor for the bombs that were dropped on those two Japanese cities. Godzilla is really cool to look at, and I like the design of the suit. That being said, it is pretty obvious that it is a man in a suit stomping on miniature sets that you're looking at. Of course, that's not to say that it isn't impressive that they were able to pull that off at the time. I've read about what Haruo Nakajima had to go through while wearing that suit, and I must say that his strength and endurance are truly to be admired. The inside of the Godzilla suit was incredibly hot, and he once said that his sweat could fill a bucket. I also remember reading somewhere that his head only came up to the neck of the costume, which meant that he couldn't see anything. So, while I'll admit that the special effects in the movie are a bit dated, I still have a lot of respect for all the hard work that went into giving them to us. I really loved the music in this movie because it really enhances the constant sense of dread throughout and is perfectly fitting for this monstrous force of destruction. Godzilla's roar is also very iconic, and it always amazes me that it was made by someone running their hand along guitar strings. While the Godzilla series may not be my favorite monster series, I still have a lot of respect for it. In fact, I've had the pleasure of meeting some of the actors when they appeared at Chiller Theater. Back in October of 2014, I had the great pleasure of meeting Godzilla actors Haruo Nakajima, Kenpachiro Satsuma, and Tsutomu Kitagawa. I hope I pronounced that right. I got all three of them to sign this beautiful picture of all of their respective Godzillas. They signed it in big, beautiful gold. And I also got Haruo Nakajima to sign a poster, both a poster for the original Japanese classic, and a poster for the English-spoken King of the Monsters, right there. I remember all three of them were very nice, but barely spoke any English, and unfortunately Nakajima's health was clearly in decline. I remember at one point his handler had to kind of guide his hand while he signed. Back in 2013, I also had the great pleasure of meeting Akira Takarada and got him to sign the poster for the American version that I would later get signed by Haruo Nakajima a year later. He also didn't speak much English, but was also very nice, and he wrote his name in both English and Japanese. Which was cool. It's undeniable that Godzilla is an icon, and he has definitely earned his spot in cinema history. Well, that's all I've got to say about Gojira. I hope you all continue to do well and stay safe. Bye.